Sup y'all, it's your boy Kairos, and today I'm bringing you the definitive Frost Death Knight PvP guide in 11.05 and going forward into 11.07. They are buffing Riders of the Apocalypse, which is really good. I'm going to explain a few things with Frost. There's a few priorities. I'm just going to get right into it. Haste, Mastery, Versatility, Crit. Crit's useless as Frost. Every Frost DK that's above pretty much 2k right now is they're geared in a very specific way. They're running haste. I don't really like to run haste. I like more mastery because I like 3 million plus frost strikes, which is kind of funny. And I kind of play with the disc priest in twos. I haven't played that many. I've been messing around with blood and unholy and everything else and trying to make it work because they nerfed unholy and frost so much to the point where it was like, you get some good games as Frost, so then you have to swap on Holy because you keep queuing into like Feral Druid or something like that, right? And you just need that extra survivability that Frost doesn't have. But Frost is actually doing enough damage to the point where it doesn't really matter what you're doing. You're just doing big damage, and people are always going to play defensive. Okay, so priority one, every game. Slow the targets, get your dots out, try to get them all gripped in together, blinded. Remorseless Winter, Death and Decay. You're going to pop all your cooldowns, so like Pillar of Frost and Frost Worm's Fury. It's going to stun them all. Once that stun ends, generally they're going to get stunned again, and then usually, if they haven't used anything, which they usually do, depending on who gets what, I like to swap healers a lot. I've been able to get like an H. Pally's Bubble and Sack in one go. Or if they don't do that and they try to greet it, I can kill them. Especially like, oh, they're getting chunked down to like 40%. A lot of time people don't register it, but the thing is you're able to do like a 2.5 million frost strike, and they just fall over and die. So that's pretty funny. You have to go every 30 seconds with Remorseless Winter. It stuns them. You have enough damage to actually just kill through sustain, which is really good. You're just swap on whoever doesn't have defensive cooldowns. You just do a ton of damage. Doesn't matter what you do. I like Ice Cap. You can run without Ice Cap, and you could probably do something else. Probably do something like this. I like Ice Cap because no matter what, because after the first burst, kind of what happens is you use your burst, you get the healer in for a go. Death and Decay, you can silence them at the same time, and then in 15 seconds you have blind and grip, or again, or not grip, blind and Remorseless Winter kind of in a 1 minute go. So in a 1 minute go, you have 3 bursts consecutively. So it's actually kind of annoying, right? You have 3 goes in 1 minute, and that's kind of what I like about Frost, with the way it works, and you get the strength buff from your enduring strength, which feels really good. So that's pretty funny. So I've kind of explained the playstyle, kind of what your kind of priority is. Weapon enchants, pretty self-explanatory. Razor Ice main hand, Rune of the Fallen Crusader off the offhand. You can run 2-hand. You're gonna run Razor Ice always. Your frost strikes do too much damage not to, and you're already going to be running Shattering Blades, so you might as well run it anyway. Okay, got that out of the way. So let's say your healer, this is your healer, enemy healer. Basically, let's say I have the 2 DPS here, I'm going to Death and Decay, I'm going to grip, it won't let me grip the target. I'm going to blind, I'm going to wait, let's say I don't have that Death and Decay, but I'm going to do something like this. Okay, they're stunned, I've silenced the healer, and that silence falls off, right? And I've done, oh, you're not going to get the true numbers out of this because I believe Frost Strike actually does less damage out here in the open world. But just to give you like some examples here, let's see, 1.7 million Frost Strike, Trollbane's Ice Fury, Undeath, Remorseless Winter, Frost Fever. So there's a lot of things with Frost where your dot damage is actually really high if you actually look at it in a certain way. You look at like Undeath, Frost Fever, Remorseless Winter. I kind of count that as a dot anyway because it's just already built in. And Hyper Procrexia, I don't even know how to say that, but whatever. That's just another thing for spamming Death, or for spamming Froststrike, which is actually really funny. Okay, so PvP talents, your two lock-ins are always going to be Strangulate. It's not even a choice. It's too good. It lines up with your Pillar of Frost, just 45-second cooldown. You get 3 goes in 1 minute. That's how it always goes. It always feels like. So in a minute and 40 or 2 minutes, I believe it's 6 goes. So that always feels really good because that actually means Frost can actually compete in short games, 2-3 minute games, and it only gets harder as the fight goes on for the enemy team because they eventually just run out of cooldowns and eventually someone's gonna die. Anyway, so did a winner, Strangulate, 2 lock-ins no matter what. Bitter Chill. I like Bitter Chill into some things. It's just like if I'm gonna be able to hit something that's not gonna be able to kite me a lot, Shadow Priest, Lock, depending on what map it is, depending on kind of where you start out. A lot of things, right? You can do some pretty dirty things with Bitter Chill. You can use it into hunters. You can use it on a priest. You can do a lot of things with it. Okay, so that's kind of like the damage one, reduces or haste. Feels really good anyway. And then there's 2 other ones I like to run. Delirium for mages, a lot of stuff that's mobile. Warriors is another one, because if they don't have charges, they can't hit you. And it's a 50% reduction on the cooldowns for 12 seconds on mobile. Like charge, intervene, heroic leap, stuff like that. Mages blink, shimmer, whatever. Same thing, and it still works on like warlock stuff. It just works on everything that's movement speed. It's really actually kind of debilitating to a lot of classes because that 50% of an stage is not going to be able to kite from you, which actually feels really good as Frost. And then there's other stuff like Bloodforged Armor. The only time I really feel like I need to run this is into Fury Warriors, Arms Warriors, and BM Hunters. Everything else, I don't even run it. Another good one is Spell Warden. I run it in some very niche situations, and it's mostly just like the whole other enemy team is damage, or 2 spellcasters. I can use it on my healer to avoid CC, which feels really good. So I can basically stop like a mage's dragon breath and polymorph, for example. So now he's got to be able to fire breath me and clone my healer. And my healer can fade, stun, kick, whatever healer I'm playing with, right? So there's a chance for them to get away from it, as an example. So, like, and if they fire breath them, I just give them AMS. They're immune to the CC effect. They're immune to all of it, right? So now they have to lock it down with a kidney shot, and then a cheap shot, whatever on me. If I don't have anything as far as wall and trinket, now they have to go through 2 of those, and it's going to make the game a lot harder. Eventually you're going to run out of stuff because I have my goes as well. That's kind of what Frost is. You have a lot of goes as Frost, and if you're very disruptive and if your team plays correctly, I feel like Frost is actually going to dominate the ladder right now because it's doing so much damn, and at the same time having 3 goes a minute feels really good. Okay, so Bloodforged Armor into everything physical. Bitter Chill into like Shadow Priest, Disc Priest, stuff like that feels really good. Delirium into actually, even then, if you feel like you don't really feel like you like the silence, I would even say you could do something like this into a warrior, right? You can actually make it super damp and make it super worth it too. So that's kind of what I like about it. So we got the rotation, we got everything down, kind of what you're gonna pick, and kind of go, this is where you're sitting. I believe I'm sitting. Just look it up really quick. Let's see here. Like, I've mostly been playing around with all three specs, kind of just fucking off. Not really been queuing all that much. Let's see. That's the right one, right? Yep. 2056, my win rate's 56%. And that's while playing Blood and trying to figure out Blood and gearing. 2056, 1884. I have not played enough stuff yet. I've just mostly played with people that are random LFGs, friends, whatever. This is just one of my old characters. But I've been 2300 on it. I've always been kind of like 21, 22, 2300 is Frost, and it's always something I've kind of picked up in the season when it's good, or, you know, they give it a 5% buff and now you can actually somewhat play it. But I'm going to play it more because I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. It feels really good. It feels overpowered, but, you know, compared to a lot of other specs, it's not overpowered. But I'm really enjoying it. And I hope anyone like the information I just showed you. I'll put my build down in the description below so you can just copy paste and do that and just go from there and just learn how to play it. You know, get your blind D&D, or, you know, grip blind, D&D, remorseless winter, pop all your cooldowns, and just start cleaving people to death. Swap on whoever doesn't have cooldowns. Just get those walls. Get everything, right? That's basically what you're doing. But anyway, glad I could help you guys out. You guys have a good one, and peace out.